Okay.
Cassie, we're good.
Hi guys, today we're going to finish talking about how a bill becomes a law. If you remember last class, we talked about the beginning of the bill and the introduction of the bill. At the beginning of the bills typically put on the desk of the clerk, and the bills typically originate in the House, but they can come from the Senate or the House of Representatives. With the introduction of a bill, it's introduced on the floor of either the House or the Senate, and it's brought up for debate. Today, what we're going to talk about is what happens when the bill goes to committee. When a bill goes to committee, the committee dissects the bill and puts pros and cons of the bill together and tries to change it or tries to vote on whether they think it's a good bill or a bad bill. And so you guys are going to pretend that you're the committee today, and you're going to I'm going to give you a sample bill, and you're going to list some pros and cons. We're going to list some pros and cons together. You're going to list some yourself, and then you'll be able to decide if you really think that a bill is effective or not. So our bill for today is public school students should be required to wear school uniforms. Okay, so I'm going to start out and I'm going to list a pro of the bill and a con of the bill to kind of get you guys going. One of the pros of the bill could be that there would be a decrease in the bullying in the schools. And maybe a con would be that people would lose their sense of individuality. Alright, so class, can you tell me what one pro of the bill might be?
Decrease in bullying.
Give me one.
I don't have to see Sarah's butt cheeks when she wears her cheerleading uniform every Thursday.
Such a slut. Such a slut.
She'd be looking ratchet with her zebra panties.
Michael.
It'll be easier for me to get dressed in the morning.
That's a good one. Very good.
Typical male answer.
God.
Okay, and I know you guys probably have a lot of these, but what do you think a con of the bill is?
I have a question that depicts my comment.
Okay.
If we wear uniforms, am I allowed to like bedazzle the uniform?
That would be something that have to be discussed for each school, but this is just a sample bill. So, Keelan, do you have a con of the bill that you think would be good?
I have a pro.
Okay.
People who can't afford clothes would have clothes to wear. But they won't be expensive because uniforms are cheap.
That is a great pro. All right, and can we get another con on the con list?
I don't want a uniform.
Nobody likes uniforms. That nobody likes. Those aren't real perceived. I think the loss of individuality is a really big con of it. People like
You know
to
who
be
wears
themselves.
uniforms? Convicts in prison.
Okay, so
Wait.
now, Michael.
There would be a real pushback because more people would try to break the rules of the uniform, and so it would be harder to enforce that rule because people would always be trying to break it. I thought about that one a long time. This reminds me when I was young again.
Okay, all right, so now that we've listed some pros and cons together, and I've listed some as well, I'm going to challenge you guys to get into groups and go over some list of pros and cons that you feel about the bill. And then next class, we'll go over those. And just to relate, when the bill goes for consideration and debate, we're going to discuss that in next class. What happens is the bill, whether the committee thinks it's good or not, is going to go for consideration and debate back to the House, back to the chamber that it originated in, and ultimately they'll vote on it, and then that's what leads to voting, and then it's sent to the president to see if the president wants to exercise his veto power or not. And so that's all I have for you guys today. But please remember to do your group work. What time is that?
About 4 minutes.
4?
A little over 4.
A little over?
How long does that have to be?